Hi, my name is Adam Whitmer and I'm your host here at ComplianceCohort.com. This compliance clip is going to talk about combining the credit score disclosure with adverse action notices. Now, I thought it'd be fun to try something different, and I decided I would just try to dance during this entire clip just to keep the pace for me as I'm recording these videos in a batch. So, our question today is something that I've been asked over the years. This question is it permissible to combine an adverse action notice with a Fair Credit Reporting Act notice? This isn't working, so I'm going to stop, all right? Now, these notices basically have the same information, right? They include the credit score. They include the range of possible scores, the date of credit score, and the key factors, right? These are included in the Fair Credit Reporting Act disclosures that go to the customer after you pull a credit report, right? Either the risk-based pricing notice, exception notice, or the other Fair Credit Reporting Act notice for mortgages, right? These are all required, and they contain the similar information as the adverse action notice that requires the same information, right? The thought is it's easier to just attach the risk-based pricing disclosure or the exception notice rather than to complete the information on the adverse action notice itself. In fact, I saw one financial institution I went into years ago as a consultant. I went in and when I looked for their reasons under the Fair Credit Reporting Act information on the adverse action notice, which is usually the bottom part of the adverse action notice form itself on the denial, what I saw was see attached. And what they had attached, literally stapled to the denial notice, was a copy of their Fair Credit Reporting Act disclosure they had given the customer when they pulled credit. In that case, it happened to be the exception notice, right? So the thought is it's just easier to attach it than to type it, right? Some of you, your systems aren't integrated, so you have to manually enter this information in. Now, those that do have it integrated, it's probably not an issue, but I've seen this come up several times, and very recently I had this question. So let's look at the preamble to the final rule under Reg B that implemented the combined adverse action notice with the Fair Credit Reporting Act information. What the preamble says here, it says the board does not believe that a creditor would comply with the Fair Credit Reporting Act adverse action provisions by providing a credit score exception notice, which is a disclosure that's provided in place of the risk-based pricing notice and provided in other instances as well. So it is not appropriate to provide that notice in place of the adverse action notice pieces that should have the Fair Credit Reporting Act information on it. What it says is these notices provide different information and have different timing requirements than the adverse action notice. Also, it goes on to say that the board does not believe a creditor would comply with the Fair Credit Reporting Act adverse action provisions by combining the FCRA notice with an adverse action notice for the reasons described previously. Now, they give their reasoning. Part of the reason is the board believes that allowing the Fair Credit Reporting Act notice to be combined with the adverse action notice might distract consumers from the primary purpose of the denial notice, which is to tell the customer they have been denied, right? It's like you're trying to trick them by giving them too much information, a PhD, right? A pile higher and deeper. We can't do that. We have to give them the disclosures that are required on the form itself, right? That's what's required. So to answer the question, can we combine the credit score disclosure with the adverse action notice? The answer, of course, in Disco Fever is no, right? The answer is no, you can't combine them. Both disclosures must be completed and entirely. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks for sticking with my quirky dancing humor, which was very lame. It didn't work. We'll be doing that again anytime soon, I promise. For those of you who may be viewing this video for the first time, welcome. If you're not a member currently, go to ComplianceCohort.com and check out our free membership where we have compliance clips, which are 3 to 5 minute training videos just like this that you can watch. They're absolutely free. Tons of articles and other resources for free on the site. For the rest of you, thanks for watching, and until next time, I hope you have a great day. Thanks.